The sun hung low in the sky, casting a golden hue over the sprawling plains of Hyrcania. The air was thick with anticipation as the Macedonian camp buzzed with activity. Soldiers sharpened their swords, horses were groomed, and the scent of roasting meat wafted through the air. Yet, amidst the routine preparations, a sense of unease lingered. Word had spread that an unusual visitor was approaching, Thalestris, the legendary queen of the Amazons. Alexander the Great stood at the edge of his tent, his piercing eyes scanning the horizon. He had heard tales of Thalestris, a warrior queen whose prowess in battle was matched only by her beauty and intelligence. She ruled over a tribe of fierce women who lived free from the constraints of male-dominated societies. The stories painted her as a figure of both awe and mystery, and Alexander was eager to meet her. As the sun dipped below the horizon, a cloud of dust appeared in the distance. The rhythmic thudding of hooves grew louder, and soon a procession of Amazonian warriors emerged. Clad in armor that gleamed in the fading light, they rode with an air of unyielding confidence. At their head was Thalestris, her presence commanding and regal. Alexander stepped forward, his generals flanking him. He was a man who had faced countless adversaries, yet the sight of Thalestris stirred something within him, a mixture of respect and curiosity. As she dismounted, her eyes met his, and for a moment the world seemed to hold its breath. "Alexander of Macedon," Thalestris spoke, her voice strong and clear. "I am Thalestris, queen of the Amazons. I have traveled far to meet you." Alexander inclined his head in acknowledgement. "Queen Thalestris, your reputation precedes you. It is an honor to welcome you to our camp." Thalestris smiled, a hint of amusement in her eyes. "I come with a proposition, one that could shape the future of our peoples." Intrigued, Alexander gestured for her to continue. Thalestris took a step closer, her gaze unwavering. "I propose that we unite our strengths and intelligence. Let us create a child who will inherit the best of both our worlds, a leader who will be unmatched in power and wisdom." The camp fell silent, the weight of her words hanging in the air. Alexander studied her, recognizing the boldness of her request. It was a proposition that went beyond mere alliance. It was a vision of a new era. After a moment he nodded. "Your proposal is as bold as it is intriguing. Let us discuss this further." As they retreated to the privacy of Alexander's tent, the soldiers exchanged glances, their minds racing with the possibilities. The arrival of Thalestris had set in motion a chain of events that would echo through history, a meeting of two great leaders whose legacies would be forever intertwined. Inside the dimly lit tent, the flickering light of oil lamps cast long shadows on the canvas walls. The air was thick with the scent of incense, a stark contrast to the earthy aroma outside. Alexander and Thalestris sat across from each other, a low table between them adorned with maps, scrolls, and goblets of wine. The atmosphere was charged with a blend of curiosity and mutual respect. Alexander leaned forward, his eyes never leaving Thalestris. "Your proposition is unprecedented, Queen Thalestris. Tell me, what drives you to seek such an alliance?" Thalestris took a moment, her gaze steady and contemplative. "Our world is changing, Alexander. The old ways of division and conquest are giving way to new possibilities. My people, the Amazons, have thrived in isolation, but we recognize the strength in unity. You are a man of vision, a conqueror who seeks not just to rule, but to understand and integrate. Together, we can create a legacy that transcends our individual achievements." Alexander nodded, appreciating the depth of her insight. You speak of a future where strength and wisdom are not confined by borders or traditions. It is a vision I share. But tell me, Thalestris, what do you seek for your people in this union? Thalestris's eyes softened, revealing a glimpse of vulnerability. I seek a future where my people can thrive without fear of subjugation. A future where our daughters can inherit a world that values their strength and intelligence. By uniting with you, we can ensure that our child will be a beacon of hope and a symbol of what is possible when two great cultures come together. Alexander raised his goblet, a gesture of agreement. To a future forged by our combined strengths. Thalestris mirrored his action, their goblets clinking softly in the quiet of the tent. To a legacy that will endure. As they sipped their wine, the conversation shifted to matters of strategy and governance. They spoke of their respective lands, their people, and their dreams for the future. Hours passed, and the initial formality gave way to a genuine exchange of ideas and philosophies. It was a meeting of minds as much as it was a meeting of legends. Outside, the camp had settled into a hushed stillness, the soldiers and warriors resting after a day filled with anticipation. The night sky stretched above, a tapestry of stars bearing silent witness to the historic dialogue unfolding within the tent. As the first light of dawn began to creep over the horizon, Alexander and Thalestris emerged, their expressions resolute. They had reached an understanding, a pact that would bind their fates and the fates of their peoples. Alexander addressed his generals, his voice carrying the weight of his decision. Prepare for a celebration. Today, we honor the union of two great nations. Thalestris turned to her warriors, her eyes shining with determination. We stand on the brink of a new era. Let us embrace it with the courage and wisdom that define us. The camp erupted in a flurry of activity, the soldiers and Amazons working side by side to prepare for the festivities. As the sun rose higher, the air buzzed with excitement and hope. The meeting of legends had set the stage for a future that promised to be as extraordinary as the leaders who had envisioned it. And so, under the vast expanse of the Hyrcanian sky, Alexander the Great and Thalestris, Queen of the Amazons, began a journey that would echo through the annals of history, their legacies forever intertwined in the tapestry of time. The sun had fully risen, casting a warm glow over the Macedonian camp. The air was filled with the sounds of laughter and music as soldiers and Amazons mingled, their initial wariness giving way to camaraderie. The celebration was in full swing, a testament to the newfound alliance between two great leaders. In the heart of the camp, a grand pavilion had been erected, its entrance adorned with the banners of both Macedon and the Amazons. Inside, a feast was laid out, a cornucopia of delicacies from both cultures. Alexander and Thalestris sat at the head of a long table, their closest advisors and generals seated around them. The atmosphere was one of cautious optimism, the weight of their agreement still fresh in everyone's minds. As the festivities continued, Alexander rose from his seat, his presence commanding immediate attention. He raised his goblet, his voice carrying over the din of the celebration. Friends, warriors, and allies, today we celebrate not just a union of two great nations, but the dawn of a new era. Queen Thalestris and I have forged a pact that will shape the future of our peoples. Let us drink to this alliance and the promise it holds. The crowd erupted in cheers, their goblets raised high. Thalestris stood as well, her eyes meeting Alexander's with a shared sense of purpose. We stand here today as equals, united by a vision of a future where strength and wisdom know no boundaries. Let us honor this union with the same courage and determination that have brought us here. As the toasts were made and the revelry continued, Alexander and Thalestris retreated to a quieter corner of the pavilion. The weight of their agreement hung between them, a promise that went beyond mere words. "Alexander," Thalestris began, her voice soft but resolute, "we have spoken of our vision and our hopes for the future. But there is one more matter we must address, the proposal I made when we first met." Alexander nodded, his expression serious. "You speak of the child we are to create, a symbol of our union and a beacon for our peoples." Thalestris took a deep breath, her eyes never leaving his. "Yes. This child will carry the legacy of both our worlds, a testament to what can be achieved when strength and intelligence are united. But this is not just about us, Alexander. It is about the future we wish to build." Alexander's gaze softened, a rare moment of vulnerability crossing his features. "I understand, Thalestris. This child will be more than just a symbol. They will be a leader, a bridge between our cultures. But how do we ensure that they inherit the best of both our worlds?" Thalestris smiled, a glimmer of hope in her eyes. "We will teach them together. They will learn the ways of the Amazons and the wisdom of Macedon. They will be raised to value strength and intelligence, to lead with both courage and compassion." Alexander reached out, taking her hand in his. "Then let us make this promise, here and now. We will create a child who will embody the best of us, a leader who will guide our peoples into a future of unity and prosperity." Thalestris squeezed his hand, her resolve unwavering. "I promise, Alexander. Together, we will build a legacy that will endure for generations to come." As they stood there, hand in hand, the celebration continued around them, a testament to the hope and promise of their union. The proposal had been made, and the future lay before them, a tapestry yet to be woven. And so, under the watchful eyes of their people, Alexander the Great and Thalestris, Queen of the Amazons, took the first steps toward a future that would echo through the annals of history, their legacies forever intertwined in the tapestry of time. Under the vast expanse of the Hyrcanian sky, a new dawn broke, casting its golden light upon a world forever changed. The union of Alexander the Great and Thalestris, Queen of the Amazons, had set in motion a future brimming with promise and potential. Their peoples, once separated by distance and tradition, now stood side by side, united by a shared vision. In the heart of the Macedonian camp, a child was born, a child destined to be a beacon of hope and a symbol of unity. This child, a blend of Amazonian strength and Macedonian wisdom, grew under the watchful eyes of both parents, learning the ways of warriors and the art of governance. With each passing year, the child embodied the best of both worlds, a living testament to the power of unity and collaboration. As the years unfolded, the legacy of Alexander and Thalestris flourished. Their combined wisdom and strength forged a new era of peace and prosperity. The Amazons and Macedonians, once wary of each other, now thrived together, their cultures interwoven in a tapestry of mutual respect and admiration. The child, now a young leader, stood at the helm of this new world, guiding their people with a blend of courage and compassion. Under their leadership, the boundaries of old divisions faded, replaced by a shared commitment to a brighter future. And so, the story of Alexander the Great and Thalestris, Queen of the Amazons, became a legend, a tale of two great leaders whose union shaped the course of history, leaving an indelible mark on the world for generations to come.